the story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Oh, both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Yes, both sides of the story. Oh, both sides of the story. Oh, both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session, hour 106.
I will lend you for a little time a child of mine, he said, for you to love the while she lives and mourn for when she's dead. It may be 6 or 7 years, or 22 or 3, but will you, till I call her back, take care of her for me? She'll bring her charms to gladden you, and should her stay be brief, you'll have her lovely memories as solace for your grief. I cannot promise she will stay, since all from earth return, but there are lessons taught down there I want this child to learn. I've looked the wide world over in search for teachers true, and from the throngs that crowd life's lanes, I have selected you. Now, will you give her all your love, nor think the labor vain, nor hate me when I come to take her home again? I fancied that I heard them say, Dear Lord, thy will be done. For all the joys thy child shall bring, the risk of grief we'll run. We'll shelter her with tenderness, we'll love her while we may, and for the happiness we've known, forever grateful stay. But should the angels call for her much sooner than we've planned, we'll brave the bitter grief that comes and try to understand.
Find yourself at the gutter, in our lonely part of town. Within waits in darkness forever to cut some stranger down. Sleeping with an empty bottle is a sign of an empty heart. It needs a job, in respect, get out while you can. We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Neighborhood pieces shining, it's like they're on the night. Young faces hide in the shadows while they watch the ball on for the fight. He said she's been unfaithful. She says her love for him is gone. The brother shrugs to his sister and says, it's like it's just us from now on. All we always need to hear both sides of the story. We need to hear both sides of the story. Now the lights are all on, Walk away from here till you hear both sides. No, 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 I seem to be the center of the storm. Neighbors want to bring me to the shiny side of the line that has been drawn. Anybody believes, but now he's carrying out the streets. While the small coffins are lined up sadly, now united in defeat. Oh, we always need to hear both sides of the story. When the lights are all on, the world watch you now. People looking for truth, we must not fail now. Be sure before we close our eyes. Walk away from here till you see both sides. No, 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 no.
It is Tuesday, the 14th of May, 2024, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to both sides of the story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome. Here's a reminder that the program is not about us, it is about you. And so, as usual, we're taking your calls on 876 922 4112 to 5, 876 922 4112 to 5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876 365 3346. 876 365 3346. Whatever your thoughts, your ideas, your suggestions, your issues, your concerns, the program is wide open for you, and we look forward to your full participation. After all, it is your program, Both Sides of the Story, here on Power 106 FM, and we continue to take your calls. Good afternoon, Norman Hines. We see you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Good of you to join us this early. Inez Ayona Campbell says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan, viewers and listeners. Good afternoon, Inez Ayona Campbell. Ricardo in Glengoff St. Catherine. Mike Montgomery says, good afternoon, teacher, to you and Power 106 family. And here, home, watching you live on Facebook. Keep up your good work. Keep safe, teacher. You're very kind. Thank you, Mike Montgomery. Sherry Henry says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Bright and sunny day. Indeed, it is. And we know that summer is here, virtually. Jennifer Stewart from Kew Road in Kencott, East Central, St. Andrew, is also with us. She says, good afternoon, Sir Dervan. We'll be back in just a moment.
listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:15. The Kingston Accent General Association of Brand Societies on the JAS in association with the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, Rada and the Jamaica Forage Clubs host the 28th staging of AgriFest, Saturday, May 25 at the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining Playfield, Hope Gardens, under the theme Grow What We Eat What We Grow. Come see agricultural, industrial, and JAS branch displays, farmers market, and much more. Admission adults $1,000, children $500. Gate prize, weekend for Twin Sanders Resorts. That's AgriFest 2024, Saturday, May 25. Sponsored by Sagicor Group, Agent Agro, Sanders Resorts International, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Mining. See you there. What seems to be the center of the storm. Neighbors once friendly, now standing side of the line that has been drawn. They've been fighting hippies, but now there's killing on the streets. While small coffees are lined up sadly, now united in defeat. All we always need to hear the sides of the story. We must not fail now, we should. Before we come to life, walk away from here. Till you see those signs. Oh.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And once again, we're giving you the opportunity to express yourselves on the lines that are open to you, 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. And the text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Those are the numbers on which to reach us, and we anxiously await your full participation here on Both Sides of the Story. Is there a story, literally or figuratively, that is getting your attention right now by virtue of how it has impacted your life or is impacting your life, and you want to share your thoughts on the subject? Feel free. That's why we're here. We also look forward to your text messages and your WhatsApp messages. We know not everybody would be able to call us for whatever reason, but that's why we have options. 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Well, over the last 3 days, we've been traversing sections of St. Catherine, and due to family reasons in terms of mourning the loss of a loved one, we had to be in that space for most of the time. And apart from the replanted sugarcane lands, the rest of it is, in terms of the road, I would love to know whose constituency that is. The road is really, 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 really very bad. Really very bad. And I thought the least I could do for now is to make that situation as public as ever. Not because it is and has impacted my family and I in terms of our movements, but they it's not the location we go every weekend, for example, but often enough to recognize that it can't it it can't go on this way, really and truly. It's very, very disheartening when you have to move in and out of an area and recognize that the individuals whose duty it is to resolve these issues, to take them to their representatives, to get the kind of attention that is necessary to see to the good running of the constituency or the division, as it were. And so we want to encourage those of us who have any authority whatsoever or any opportunity to spread the word in terms of the state of the road network will be more than prepared to spread that word. And it's one of the reasons why we hear the complaints from those in the farming communities about the difficulties they have traversing the road networks in and out these communities. So we want to encourage all of us not just to identify what the problems are, but to be able to go a step further and connect the situation with the individual or individuals who are engaged in that situation. And so it's something we all have to play our part in where that is concerned. But it's only a matter of time in some instances that some of those routes, some of those roads will eventually collapse. I mean, you can see with the impact of heavy rainfall how the water is eating away at the surface, eating away at the surface. And that is just one little section of the parish of St. Catherine. St. Catherine, which is one of the largest parishes in Jamaica. We know that St. Anne is the largest parish geologically, while in terms of numbers, the parish with the largest numbers would be the parish of St. Catherine in terms of population. So St. Catherine has the population in terms of the largest population, demographically speaking, whereas St. Anne has the largest parish geographically speaking. So it's a lot of regard to cover that broad area. But if we don't get to the bottom of the issue when it comes to the materials that are used, the possibilities of what is out there, and whether we have paid enough attention on probable fixtures, probable remedy for some of these areas that could last a little longer than they're lasting these days. Just thought I'd use the opportunity to share that experience. After all, if I'm traveling around the island or wherever else and I see things happening, what do I do if not reference what's been happening, what we have been seeing? Yeah, thought we'd throw that in the mix. In the meantime, let's continue with more on your program, both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Henry Morant has been trying to reach us, it seems, and he has connected. Hello, good afternoon, Henry Morant. How are you?
My brother, my friend. You are here?
Yes, live on the radio on Power 106 FM.
I send you something. I want you to look through it for me. And you see that document we did some years, some time ago about the Constitution.
Yes, right. It's happening now.
Yes.
In a manner of speaking.
Yes, because let me tell you this. I need to reactivate it. The Gleaners said I have to pay 50% for the publication, and there is a right to pay that 50%. This is the time we have to start touching the server. I want to tell them so they'll do it on a Saturday and on a Wednesday. I'm looking at sponsor to write off by 50%. But I say there's something now that I don't send you for you to look at and tell me what is your taste on it.
Well, I won't be able to look at it now because I'm on the air. But in general terms, I can comment on it. In general terms.
And next thing, where are you? You know, you're due to give me a call, you know. You're due to come into me, let me give you some country thing.
Some what?
Some country thing.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Yeah, you're my friend, you know, Dervan.
Yeah, that's...
You're my friend. We come from way back, from every short time.
And the show continues.
Yes. So, do accordingly and you communicate with me, right?
Yeah, I look out for the email.
Yes, okay, okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the call.
Thank you, Dervan.
Okay. Take care. Okay. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Yes, Lenworth Anderson, we see you. Thank you for logging on. Verona Golden, thank you as well. Empress is watching, says Verona Golden. And there are others jumping online. And let's see who else is messaging us. 876-922-4112-5 are the call-in lines. 876-922-4112-5. And the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. And we continue to take your calls. We want to continue to be able to give you this opportunity where you're able to express yourselves. Unfortunately, the traffic is not as heavy as it perhaps used to be, but we are prepared to serve those who come to drink at this fountain of time. So we're standing by always for your calls. Yes, Kurt Henry, we see you. Thank you very much. Welcome on board. Keep those messages coming in. And we look forward to the comments and participation as well. 876-365-3346 are the numbers. Well, that's the text line, same as the WhatsApp number. But the regular call-in lines are 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. And let's see what we have here now. A couple of text messages, which we are yet to clear. Well, let's go to the break and come back with more in just a moment.
And that's why I carry on.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:13. Come to the Westmoreland Agricultural Show, Sunday, June 2 at
Good
Bay Road,
afternoon,
Little
Steve.
Westmoreland.
You're due
There'll
for
be
next
agricultural
Monday.
and industrial displays. Kids
You're
Village,
early.
Craft Village, Youth and Agriculture Village,
Yes,
Local Economic
no,
Development
I'm
Village,
early. I'm
Farmers
late
Market,
actually.
tree
I
crops and
wanted to
ornamental
happy
plants on
belated
sale,
Teachers Day,
entertainment
but I
all
tried
day,
to get
prizes
through
and
to you
surprises,
on that
and
day,
much more.
but
Gates open at 8
still
a.m.
want to say
Admission
my
adults
piece.
1,000, children
Okay.
500. Major sponsors:
All right, hold the line,
Products,
please.
Iconic
Don't move.
Motors and Distributors Limited, and Mapex. See you at the Westmoreland Agricultural Show, Sunday, June 2 at Bay Road, Little
You
London.
will be on the call with those with the other two guys, just so that you know.
When? Today?
No, on Monday.
The 20th.
It will
Okay.
be, yeah, it will be Diane
sides of the
and
story.
Terry.
Yes, we have those contact details.
Okay, awesome. Just wanted to let you know.
Sure, no problem. Thank you. Stand by. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, taking your calls on 876 922 4112 to 5, 876 922 4112 to 5. And the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876 365 3346. Let's say hello and welcome to Steve McDonald in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Good afternoon, Steve. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Dervan, and good afternoon to your listeners, and good afternoon to the people of Westmoreland, certainly the people of Darliston, Lennox, Bigods in particular, and also Savlamar, sending out a special hello to the family, the Grangel, my Grangel family too, and I hope that you guys are seeing better days. Dervan, the reason for my call, I just wanted to, even though I'm late, I still want to send happy belated Teachers Day to our teachers, and I do have very fond memories of school. Not so fond memories of some of the teachers back then. As you know, back in the days, they used to use corporal punishment was still in. So especially in country, they would send us to the guava tree to go and pick our switches. And also I remember the leather straps and how heavy they were. We were told that they were soaked overnight. But having said that, we are because of our teachers. So, and I know for me, it needed a little extra attention. So, in whatever way it came. So, certainly to the teachers of Savama Infant School, I just want to say a special big up. And this would have been around, I'm aging myself, but back in the 70s. And to the teachers of Unity Primary, from who were under the principal, Mrs. Dobson was the principal back then, and also Enfield Primary, Mrs. Dixon was the principal back then. I remember Mrs. Robertson and another teacher, I think her name Sunshine. I forgot her last name right now. And also, of course, my Manning's high school teachers, too many to mention in terms of those that were there. And a few teachers at also Montego Bay Community College, certainly Dr. Johnson Jones, Shaw Hay Johnson, and also Mr. Luke Jackson, and another teacher that we used to call Battling, Mr. Mitchell. Yes, sorry, sir. I have definitely to give a big shout out, and I kind of did a little thing I for them to say, you taught us to see when we had no sight. You taught us how to speak when we had no voice. You taught us how to walk when when we had no feet. You taught us to think when we were mindless. You were the wind beneath our wings. We are because of you. A debt which we cannot, a debt which cannot be paid in 1,000 lifetimes. We can only humbly say thank you for being you. So, Dervan, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Just to big up my teachers, but also teachers in general. I know that they make a big sacrifice and they do a lot to help and mold our community. And I think even now, more than ever, our teachers are now working in a hostile environment, if I can put it that way. And they're being called upon more than ever now because they are now being called to replace. They're now being called to replace our parents, the parents within the house. So more than ever, they're being asked to contribute a lot more. So thank you again, Dervan. Really appreciate it, and you have a great day.
Thank you very much for the call. But I have to ask you, though, about the corporal punishment that is not supposed to be anymore. What's your take on that?
Right. I totally appreciate where we are now and where we're coming from. However, I think it did serve a purpose in that it held us it kept us in tune. I think it was, however, relied upon a bit too much. I mean, Mark, as you know, they would say I am a red pygmy because of my pigmentation, my mulatto pigmentation, skin color. However, there were times when I was black and blue. It didn't take much of it to make me black and blue. But I think looking back and seeing all of these terms of ADD and ADH, I don't think we had our teachers back then had the understanding or the knowledge that they have now. And I think what was happening is that they were going to beat it into us. So I think the beating was relied upon a bit too much. And we all now we know that we all learn differently. Some learn by seeing, some learn by feeling, and all of those different things. And back then we had one style. And I remember when we were having evening class and or additional classes, and we weren't learning or there wasn't a wrong answer, everybody would get beaten. And I remember vividly the teacher standing up on the desk and beating down. And it wasn't fun, but it caused you you learned how to bear, whether or not that was the right or wrong way. I mean, now we're saying that it is wrong, but we were a lot more disciplined. We learned a lot. We shouldn't say we were a lot more disciplined, so we probably went out a bit more to learn. However, there are other people too who they would tell you that it caused a certain fear in them and anxiety that they didn't want to go back to school. It turned them off and all of that. I, for one, had difficulties with math, and it wasn't until I went to Montego Bay Community College that a teacher by the name of Mr. Mitchell, a teacher by the name of Mr. Mitchell, he was handling the business administration course back then, who he expressed that he wanted me to come and do the business administration course, and I said I can't. And he's like, why? And I said because it requires math, and I'm not good at math. And that is something that, whether it's through the beating or whatever, I had just come to that conclusion. I didn't even bother to try to do it at CXC level because I just convinced myself. And interestingly, he said, "No, don't worry about that. I'll help you through it." Still, I didn't believe in myself that I was capable, and I didn't take up his offer. So I really have to give him a big shout out because of that, because he saw in me what I didn't see in myself. And that's the power of the teachers. Interestingly, afterwards, I had gotten through to go to UWI, and I said, you know what, I'm going to beat the spear of math. And I registered into Maths Unlimited. It was off Papetree Road. I don't remember the exact area, but I think it was beside Victoria Mutual. And there was a young lady there, and I don't know if I was scoring in the between 95 and 100 and everything. I don't know if the incentive was because she was a pretty young lady. I didn't want to see him skipping in front of her. But whatever the reason, that is when I realized within myself that I could do that, and probably it was just the teaching. So sometimes in terms of adapting teaching style, makes sense to try and reach people at different levels. So I can see where then the corporal punishment had its place, and but I don't think it was just over relied upon as the teaching method. I was happy when it was abolished, to be honest, because I was on the bitter end of the stick almost every day, right? And then when we used to go and pick the guava switch, if it broke when we were being spanked, you're actually sent to go pick another one. So, that was even something else. Like, okay, you went and picked a switch wasn't strong enough to beat you. I mean, I think that when you look back on that was trauma within itself. That was some CIA level trauma. But can we do without it? Yes, I think we can. To be honest, looking back though, Dervan, did it stop anyone from being bad or going the wrong way? Without anecdotally, just looking back, I don't remember the children being as violent as they are today. So anecdotally, you could probably draw that reference, but scientifically, I don't know if that is the case. There's a lot more factors now which are influencing children. We heard of the stories of the killing that took place just recently. There are a lot more factors right now in terms of the internet, social environment, the music, which the minister was talking about, which, there's two different camps as to whether or not that has some influence. I do believe that the music has some influence. But what I think now is that if corporal punishment existed now, we would have students who would be fighting off the teachers, because back then it was a totally different atmosphere. Because if we got spanked and our parents heard about it, then we were packed up with, and this happened to me actually. My parents heard that I was spanked at school, and I got a basket of things to take to the teacher the following day. Right? No, we're living in a different environment where the parents are going in to beat off the teachers, and the students themselves are fighting off the teachers. That didn't happen back in our days. So it's a completely different atmosphere, and I don't think corporal punishment could exist in today's atmosphere in Jamaica based on just the general culture. It was a lot different in my time growing up, so it could have existed, and I think it did help to...
Hold a moment, please. Steve, we need to take another break and come back with more in just a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45. Case is on the move. The College of Agriculture, Science and Education in Portland is talking next level agriculture. How? Enter the drone. More efficient spraying, seeding, fertilizing, crop and animal surveillance. Yes, they still train teachers, agronomists, hotel managers, lab doctors, vets, and now the drone pilot. Come fly with Case. 876-993-54368 and line at case.edu.jn. Case, creating opportunities for growth.
Bag it and pin it, every rubbish in a pan. No dirty up the place, this a we island. So keep Jamaica, keep Jamaica. Say me to breathe, keep Jamaica clean. Better listen to me please. No plastic, magna via blowing at the breeze. No, proper garbage, disposal, recycle plastic. Now make it pull up in the streets. Bag it and pin it, every rubbish in a pan. No dirty up the place, this a we island. So keep Jamaica, keep Jamaica. Say me to breathe. I'm a son of the National Solid Waste Management Authority.
While small coffins are lined up sadly, now united.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Steve McDonald has been on the line, reminiscing on his school years and saying thanks to the teachers. He's just getting around to doing that on air now, and I believe he'll be wrapping in a short while from now. Steve?
Oh, yes, Dervan, certainly will. Yes, I was saying that I think it helped to make us better individuals, the corporal punishment, but I don't think it helped with learning from a learning perspective. My mom went to Granger Primary, and she went during the days of Teacher Robinson was very big. So that is Julian Robinson, grandfather, Heather Robinson, dad, I believe. And she would tell a story that he would be at the gate every morning to make sure that they're on time, and if they're not on time, they would get caning and so forth. So, from a disciplinary standpoint, I think it helped to make us more disciplined and better human beings. And, interestingly, it would be interesting for the university to do some research in terms of when the discipline level in the society started to break down, because I think it was around 78, somewhere around there, that corporal punishment was abolished. And then we started to see that breakdown of discipline within the society after that time, because I know growing up, the discipline level was a lot higher. From a children perspective, like you'll be standing up now on the street and children are passing you cursing, and they don't even stop talking. I mean, in my days, we'll be using cursing words, but whenever we saw an adult, we would certainly pause or make sure we're not in earshot. So it's really interesting that you mentioned that. So there may be something to be said about the discipline aspect of it. But again, thank you for allowing me to big up my teachers. And certainly Dr. Joan Shawhay Johnson, I think she's still in Montego Bay. I just want to send a big shout out to you. Mr. Mitchell, a big shout out to you. And I remember Mr. Clark too. Mobicom College, he taught us a 2-year course in 6 months, A-level accounting. So definitely a big shout out to our teachers. I think they have a significant role to play in society, and we are because of them. And the debt, we cannot repay. We can never repay what they have done for us. And so I just want to say thank you.
Well, thank you very much for raising the subject, and we wish you all the very best. Take care. Thanks for the
Thanks,
call.
Dervan. All the best.
That's Steve
Thanks, bye.
MacDonald in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, sharing some of what's on his mind this afternoon here on both sides of the story, Poro 106 FM. We're always happy to hear from you, so please keep those calls coming in. 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. And the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon, Mr. Carter.
I'm going to put you in the hot seat this afternoon.
All right, let's see what comes out of that.
I want you to help me to make a decision.
All right, I'll do the best I can.
Yeah, good afternoon to all the both sides of the story family. Dervan, let me tell you, you see the COVID lockdown, the consequences of the COVID lockdown and the impact that it is having on people,
Yeah.
you cannot calculate it.
It's incalculable. Yes, you're right.
Yes, Dervan. You know that a lot of people during COVID realized how vulnerable they are to the system, and they're easy to run out of money and food.
And it's not just the health system. Every area is impacted whenever that kind of situation unfolds.
Yes, Dervan, and the experts, the psychologists, they are telling you now that what they notice is that three major traits of people have emerged since COVID. The narcissism has increased across the globe, sociopaths and psychopaths, because of the fear that the COVID lockdown generated on people. Serious in Dervan?
Very serious.
Dervan, concerning we're having a very hot summer down here. And I tell you that a lot of people wondering whether they're going to drink pipe water or bottled water. Because bottled water is one of the commodities that the Ministry of Finance relies on for its GCT. When you look at the Ministry of Finance, GCT collections come down, Dervan.
Mm-hmm.
GCT is the biggest tax earner of the government of Jamaica, general consumption tax.
Mm-hmm.
Dervan, you believe a man should have paid money to everything when eat, wear, and drink?
Well, that's it. That's the environment we operate in, and have been operating in for a long time, which is in keeping with the tenets of a functional society.
Okay. When it comes on to pipe water and bottled water, do you think the bottled water is any safer than the pipe water, Dervan?
Well, all my life, knocking on wood, all my life I've been drinking tap water straight from the pipe.
Thank you, sir, my Mr. Dervan. When I come to your program, both sides of the story have come for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to help me with my decision making. I'm going to stop by bottled water in a Dervan. And one water bill me I pay for the month.
Not on my account, though. Please, wouldn't want to do that to you.
Pardon me? Hello?
I wouldn't want that to be a decision you make on my account.
Dervan.
Mm-hmm.
The Ministry of Water, right? They purify the water, right?
No, every provider of the commodity has a system, a mechanism through which the water moves and is then brought forward for use.
For use
safely.
Mm-hmm. Safely.
Mm-hmm.
These bottled water that they have on the market selling, is it any safer than the pipe water that we're drinking?
The Bureau of Standards perhaps could tell us.
I want you to get them on the program, because one of the things that I noticed is, Dervan, is that the of water is eating away at a lot of people's budget. And a lot of people don't know what decision to make because there's some amount of fear about the pipe water. You know? So you need to get these people in the summer, the hot summer here, so that the people can understand. Next thing, Dervan, I want to leave you with this, not staying long today. You know, you think the cell phone and the social media have anything to do with the children's behavior or adult behavior?
No, that would have to be pursued by those who have the skill sets and the resources to study and to analyze and to present some kind of a paper or information that would be tried, tested, and proven.
Let me tell you what we discovered, Dervan.
Yes.
You see, when them put themselves on the social media and them get 5,000 likes, it caused them to get the ego to come up. And one of the reasons why the ego come up is because the dopamine that this hypeness bring into their bloodstream. And I find that these people tend to want more of everything nice, more of everything glamour, so that they can get more likes. And it does affect the behavior, Dervan.
That's true.
And some of them love money too much, Dervan. The love of money is a dangerous thing, you know, Mr. Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been studying the days, Dervan, the different days, Mother's Day, Christmas, Valentine's Day. I've been studying the days, you know. And one of the studies that I have done on the days is that sometime I will go out into motel and find how much bookings in there for certain days to study the behavior of the people about the days. The people love holiday and hype in a Dervan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they love gifts. Jamaica culture is of a gift culture.
Yeah, well, we're not a homogeneous people, so you wouldn't expect us to function in the same way, to behave the same way, to learn the same way, to speak the same way. There are different characteristics.
But we are living with this as my professor.
Ah.
And they can put it in this study. It's not violence is the problem in Jamaica per se, in Dervan.
What's the problem?
The stress level is the stress level of the people.
Oh, okay.
The Jamaican people are highly stressed and traumatized. Highly stressed and traumatized.
That is true. Question is, what's the fix?
Teamwork, Dervan.
Mm-hmm.
Dervan, only a better community, better friendship, and a high level of teamwork with effective communication can make it work, Dervan.
Mm-hmm.
Dervan, how you, Mr. Malcolm, through both sides of the story and your initiative, can form a relationship with the diaspora, with how many people in the diaspora, Dervan?
I'll have to check my data, but it's quite
about 4 million overseas.
Well, it's definitely more. It's definitely.
So you, Mr. Malcolm, can both sides of the story and the diaspora, we are all over the world, you initiate that and you can communicate all over the globe in 3 languages to the diaspora. And you're not in the cabinet of this country. How comes?
Well,
Dervan.
We all have our ways of making our contribution to our country. So let's you the little song we used to sing at basic school. You in your small corner, and I in mine. So you do what you can, and I do what I can, and see you. Yes.
One of the things that we have to get out of the people in this country. I mean, I know how it's going to come out of them head.
Hold a moment, please. One moment.
And
contractors, developers, and small builders. Contact Coast to Coast Group of Companies for high-quality concrete products. The time by Coast to Coast Group of Companies is
3 o'clock.
Yes, Mr. Carter. Back with you.
We have got to get out of the people in head. That is only Jesus can solve our problem. We don't know we will get that out of them head.
Sorry, I think we missed a part of what you were saying.
I'm saying
Uh-huh.
one of the things with the Jamaican people, especially the African male, we as African male must recognize that we are the most endangered species in Jamaica. And the system is against us in one way or the other. And we must get out of our head. That is only Jesus can solve our problem. And let's form a teamwork. Because Dervan,
Yes, sir.
you know that in my opinion you're going to have general election this year in Jamaica.
Well, there's nothing to stop that if that is the decision that is made.
Dervan, some decision will have to be made in this country, you see? That the people on the ground is not even educated about. You see how it needs to come? I don't know who is going to educate the people, the average man on the ground, of the advantage and disadvantages of going and taking it. And I don't know who's going to advise the man on the ground that we need to unite now as a people in 2024 because we are in the middle of World War III and the BRICS are winning the war. I don't know who, because the PNP and the JLP have never united these people. Them just fragment them and divide and conquer. And never say when the election come up, if I saw the Jamaican males have a hostile to them one another. Because it can't work in World War III. Cannot work. Dervan.
Yes, sir.
Come the 1st of June, you see? The 1st of June, the minimum wage is going to go to $3,000 a day. $3,000 a day, right? For 8 hour work, day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come the 1st of June, one of the things that the workers in the retail sector, the wholesale sector, the service industry must ensure that they carry over pay slip with them pay because the hurricane season is expected to be very furious. Dervan.
Yes, Mr. Carter.
When you have your pay slip,
Mm-hmm.
there are certain benefits that you can get through the government, especially the NIS, during times of disaster, yeah? And you said that pay slip, it can help you to get loan in a Dervan. And a lot of Jamaicans going to need loan going forward, especially credit card. And it's good to have a credit card during the hurricane season, don't it, Dervan?
If your pocket allows it.
Thank you, sir. Because you can have that. One of the beauty about the credit card is give you 30 days credit and you pay later, don't it, my professor?
Say that again?
A credit card.
Mm-hmm.
It give you 30 days credit, a month's credit.
Yes.
So that you can use up money in a supermarket for 1 month and you pay me later.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir. You're in a 20, the expert at the Norman man, he said 20 hurricanes expected to come out of the seas this year. We must be prepared in a Dervan, especially if you have an election during the hurricane season, don't you think?
Well, as we said the last time we had a conversation here, is proper preparation prevents poor performance.
You see what you just tell me again? This is the top line for this program, for the foreseeable future. Take care of your program, my professor.
Thanks for the call. Take care. Take care. On the subject of water, all right, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Afternoon, Mr. Marco.
Good afternoon.
contribution for it. But you know, I think our politicians should really be ashamed of themselves. Yeah, will come some way. But when you look at other places, and I'm not talking about the developed countries, I don't know, modern years, I'm talking about small countries. When you look at even the Caribbean and parts of West America, they are slipping. Every time the other day I was talking about my experience with Koreans over Spambler who come to work on ships and so on. And there were scores upon scores of them working, sending back home money to them wife and children. Because, as I said, 99% of those that have current contact were married. And also they have high school and more and higher education. That means they were quite literate, right? While on the other hand, when you come to Jamaica, all right, in the 1970s and 80s, Korea was almost a totally dependent country, import dependent. But they have managed to switch their economy to export oriented, and now they are one of the most, they are among those developed and prosperous countries as far as people life expenses and education. While I hear our Minister of Labour was boasting about the longevity of our farmer program, almost over 70 years. And I'm saying, but we have not moved very far because we've been sending out workers to do farm work from how many years back. And we still have far too many people who are still dependent on that kind of existence. It's like if you think by now that we'll be sending people overseas to do more jobs that would require their brain. But we still have far too many of our people that is relying on their physical strength in order to earn a living. We're not going anywhere because no country can fully develop that without a highly educated population. And there are far too many of our people, young people who are not educated to that level, and it is not being, I don't think we are pushing it, both as government and as parents. I don't think sufficient of us have been doing enough to let our children understand the importance of education. That is how we're going to make major difference. That's what Nelson Mandela said. Yeah. Education is the single most powerful force that can change the world. And we are still producing vast number of our citizens who are just, limping along to work in welfare full of young girls and boys. Eh? It's not like they're going there, majority of them going there in order to earn some money to move up. They're going there and that's it and stuff. They let them get pregnant and babies. Right? And that becomes almost like a lifetime job. So they move from one. And none of these jobs are able to really change their life. Or that of their children. Say find one generation 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's like we're on the same level. That cannot make sense. And the politicians, them Trump them chest and them talk how they care about the people, them don't care about themselves. I look at every time I go to Spanish Town, and I've been going there sometimes. And I used to go around to where where the whole Spanish and things were based. The whole capital. And most of the brick buildings them almost gone because we don't know form of preservation of our culture or our past. We just allow everything to go to ruin. I've never seen a set of people where we don't have no respect for our heritage, for our past. We keep the cemetery like dirty. We don't take care of our cemetery. We just fling down and then grow up into ruin. Have you ever been to Latin America and go to some, well, Mexico in general? Have you ever gone to a cemetery in Mexico, Mr.?
No, but I've been to cemeteries elsewhere in the UK, in the USA. I can remember clearly.
Well, you know, you mentioned them first world countries that people say, oh, they have money and things. I'm talking about Latin America, Panama, and the places where you go. And the way those cemeteries are kept.
Oh, Lord.
Right? Immaculate. Their markets are kept immaculate. And every time I go to our local places like furniture market and we see condition that people are selling and buying. Anytime I see a foreigner passing through, I feel so embarrassed and ashamed because I say I travel and go to other markets elsewhere and they have pride and they keep. We still have people reaching halfway all over the place, pushing and yard in those countries and make sure the markets are so structured that the person who is selling, all they need to do is pull up at the ramp and they take off whatever they take off and put on them and them try and then push down go to them store. You don't have a problem, nobody doing that, you know. But then, because they move, we still 100 years behind time. We are still 100 years behind time. Although talking about how advanced I want to become first world, but that is a pipe dream, right? Because we are nowhere near that sort of development when we have so many of our people wasting away. Eh? We have Spanish Town could be making millions of dollars from tourism, from local as well. I go to Mexico. You know the story about Dan Coyote, this mythical night news right around and help test the people who are in distress. He and his little sidekick. You know, that's a story I read. But when you go to Mexico, you know, there's a statue of this man and in heart along with his sidekick. And people go there, it's a tourist attraction. They utilize everything to attract visitors. We turn over our most vital, Kingston, the capital, Spanish Town, almost 100 years capital, and look at Spanish Town, gang control Spanish Town, political gang stock, same thing in our major city. Politicians, because they love power so much that they invest in gangs in order to preserve make them have them sleep and have stronghold to the detriment and the degradation and the underdevelopment of major city area. And we keep up every damn building like that. Everything is anti-dory, as Mr. used to say. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Our politicians need to go down in sackcloth and hashes, man. For what they've done to this country and what this country could have been and could be.
It sounds like all hope is gone.
Well, as long as there's a life, there's hope, don't it?
So we're told.
Well, one man the other day decided that he was going to challenge the system for just imposing mandate what kind of fine and in motor vehicle. And you see where it reach. Sometimes we think we need one army, but it only takes one person. Right? Only takes one person sometimes to make the change that is going to make a difference in this world. It's full time. We in Jamaica get about our whatnot and demand better. As I said, I am in the what you call it now.
Twilight.
Within the lungs, like we do pass along. And well, gladly, my children and grandchildren, the poverty stop where the means is not past. And therefore their future is much brighter because at least they get what we didn't get. And they make use of it. And it can be progress there. And that's why I said to people, education is the best way out of poverty. It's not the money we can go buy one big house and drive the most expensive car. That not turn it, that not sanitize you.
Hold a moment, please. One moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
Real business. Appointment radio for everything economics.
Hmm.
Locally, regionally, and internationally.
I
Real
actually have it.
business.
I
Your
have
source
done
for
it,
engaging
but
conversations on
tomorrow.
business, finance, and
Okay.
economics.
I'll bring
Join
it to you.
hosts Rostam Hyman and
Bring
Dr.
them
Andrew
tomorrow.
Sutherland from 9 to
Okay.
11 a.m. on weekdays as they
You're,
bring you
you're
the
setting
most
a time.
authoritative analysis on economic
Yeah.
matters.
Because
Listen
the
to
earlier
riveting
I get
features
them,
such as the big
certain
That's
picture,
not a
things
problem.
under the
That's
financial
fine.
microscope, the business information update, and the
the
local
moody
and
one is
international
the
market updates.
devote
From the
to
latest happenings on various business
so if you
sectors and
recollect
players in the
yours
economy,
because yours
to how
have the
fiscal and
latest
monetary
show
policies affect your
and
life,
somebody want to
make
bring
it
them
real
over
business on Power
before
106
that
FM.
time.
Monday
So
to
what time
Friday,
tomorrow would
9
be
to
good to
11
bring them
a.m.
over?
right here on Power 106
Never
FM.
scan them. So after
So what
they
time would you like
sign,
me to carry now to take them to you?
they just put them in time and make them. Yours would be the last one like they turned in.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Okay. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Thanks for holding. Go ahead, please.
Far too many of us who are quite satisfied with the status quo because it benefits us. We love to keep the masses of the people, which is black, in a condition, in almost a servitude type of policy. But keep them destitute. Keep them destitute. So that if them have, you have them half a bread, and them so glad that them bow down and literally kissing your foot for the half a bread. Because you keep them depraved or deprived, and then you have them leaking out of your hand. Politicians enjoy that as well as some of our busy people who feel that Jamaican black people don't deserve much, right? Just give them enough. So I always say, right now, when I look at what people have to endure, the high cost of living, people working now, the only difference between it is like they are free, so they don't chain them to the job, so they can leave it. But guess what? They have responsibility. Same they have no responsibility other than work. That's the only thing still about to do, just work. Everything was provided, food, shelter, clothes, whatever. They weren't responsible for their offspring. But now you have people working that what they are being paid, now they have to be responsible for them housing, them food, and just about everything. But what is being can't even pay the bus fare for the week to go to bus fare and lunch money to go to and from work. And not to mention light bill and the other expense and rent. So we wonder, the people who pay people in this country, we see the high cost of rent, we see the high cost of home, right? And you wonder if some of these people, when they employ people and you're complaining, they can't pay this and they can't. If you can't pay a person a decent livable wage, go do your work yourself, right? Because cost of living in Jamaica is too high, man, right? You like, you have no control. Well, so we have to pay for those who are not paid. That is not our responsibility. It is the people who are in the legislature. It is the politician who will benefit them, because every politician will benefit from garrison politics. The people who live in certain sector feel that because they have a particular leading job, they're not supposed to pay for certain things. Or that is what they were believing, or that is what they were taught back in the days when the telephone company and light and power company was owned by government. It was like a social thing. Now it is privatized mostly, and then the people who come and put their money, they have to get back. And we give them all kind of contracts, so they have guaranteed profit and all them rubbish. So anyway they get the profit, they might be brought out. So all when you do consume something, you have been sent a bill and told you have to pay. You have to pay for it. You are, and the other one, it's like them don't. I don't think they understand your responsibility. That your responsibility is free. is to the customer. Their responsibility seems to be to the company. You know, long find them come and change out, remove the meter from your house and for them bringing in smart system. They're supposed to provide us with a monitor so that you can see how much kilowatt hour you consume.
But these days, what they do, they go a step further. They send you information to tell you how much higher your bill is this month as opposed to what it was last month, as if they're showcasing the technology and how it functions and how much information they can get from it.
But at the same time, you have no way of saying that is what you consume because you have to just go by what they tell you. And believe you me, I have seen too many situations where customers have paying like so just argument $10,000. Less than $10,000. But within 1 month, they get a bill for $25,000 and they're told that they have to pay. And when they ask, how come the bill moved from 10 to 25? That's 150%, you know. You know what they say? Oh, you get they estimated the bill. They estimated the bill. And apparently they underestimate. But guess what? By the time the next month come around, it come back down to the $10,000. Now can you explain that? How can that? And it's not. Let's say the person was consuming extra because in particular that month they weren't even at home most of the time. That was during summer month when they weren't here. So and there are numerous times or occasions people come to me. I am being experienced and every time you call, yeah man, you soon get the when we get a stock and it's like them forgetting. Now all this now they owe you are the country. They should insist that the customer have something that you can say, all right, you say I consume this, but this is what I have on my on the monitor that you give me.
But the people, the people have a right as well to insist that they get access to the information with respect to their consumption and related matters.
I have been on the radio. I went to the office. That's when they have many occasions. That, oh, I seen that there's none in the storage. I storeroom now, but as soon as it and you will get it. We're talking about 3-4 years.
No, well, that shouldn't be because they have signed on to the guaranteed standards, which yes, I know. They have signed on to that, and in instances where they fail, it is supposed to cost them.
What it cost them, Mr.
Malcolm? I don't remember the figure right now.
That's the reason why I mean, if enough people, if they were doing it, I mean, if they were to pay out like all the money, but some other people become money, you have to actually apply back it. So you do automatically and things. I don't know if it's automatic. But what they are charging, I think it should be what you pay for the bill. Because the same way when them say you underestimate them, they're not saying how it was our fault not to have done the reading.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
I don't see why they should be sending us estimated bill when they have the smart system. They don't have to send out people anymore to read the meter. They stay in the office. How is it that the machine malfunction? And guess what? If they read the meter tree, if they don't read the meter tree consecutive month, then they automatically have to pay. So they make sure you only say estimated bill for 2 months. You can do it like more than 2, but they make sure that the most always only 2 months we estimated first, so therefore they don't have to pay. Look, man, this consumers in this country are being ripped off left, right, and center, and there is no protection because the agencies that are supposed to protect consumers in this country is woefully either inadequate in companies that I just don't hear. But as I said,
I know the feeling. Your cup runneth over.
Yeah, we have to make it. We have to demand. We cannot continue to allow here and heard of here. And I'm sick of seeing young men, young women just wasting away doing things that is so destructive when there's, the only thing that I regret now that I don't have when it's all that is available now, have the opportunity to say if you should live your life over, because there's so much more now that you can learn, so much more that you can achieve. Yet still, our people are not guided in the right direction to achieve. They are just caught onto this blue thing and this instant lifestyle. Live today, day tomorrow. And because that is their mentality, they carry as much people as they can with them. Because, for example, when I look at the old farmer that was murdered, tortured, and murdered, and then burn down the place, I don't know if them burn alive, or then kill her and then them burn you. But when you look at that kind of behavior, and then you have people who are going to say, oh, we are against capital punishment. I don't know what kind of punishment could be meted out to somebody or anyone who can look at a woman, a here woman, and do something like that, and then you're going to all that person is going to do now in front of the judge if they catch one and plead guilty, and then he will get he just get enough time so that he can go and spend time with his family. To me, that don't make no sense. And I think that is one of the reasons why crime is so rampant in this country. It's because the consequence of committing crime in Jamaica is too low. I mean, very small, the consequence. So it's not a deterrent.
Yes.
Not a deterrent. And I think I know why. Because so many of us are involved up to the neck. So we're not going to put laws in place that will affect us, or their family, or their friends. I don't believe in this about it.
Thank you very much for the call. All the best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, dear Dervan.
Good afternoon, Miss Mervis.
And it's behalf of all the listeners and contributors to this great station and great program. I guess Mr. Lang must be very happy. The program is still going, Portmore, Miss Mervis up on your side in all areas. I don't know. But from 2002, the Almighty tell me, said, the two political parties are going to this book, tell them thanks to what they do, what they didn't do. And they were going to this book. 2002, we don't know election time then. They're out of touch with everything that is going on here. The Prime Minister, they try a thing, might do something, but they have a feeling that they're out of touch with what is going on, with what is really going on, I want my notebook this morning today and see what something to the greatest, the most serious and greatest kind of poverty, serious kind of poverty is mind poverty, Eh?
Mm-hmm.
You're poor in your mind, you know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. Poverty of the mind.
Eh?
Poverty of the mind.
It's a wicked, it's something that,
Mm.
Because we tell you, man, some people with the right kind of mind, you afraid to see where they come from and where they get to, And that reminds me of the scripture with the story where the talents are given out.
Mm-hmm.
5 to 1, 2 to 1, and 1 to the other one.
Yeah. Hold the line, please, Miss Mervis.
Protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 3:30.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Cleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we're still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Thanks for holding, Miss Mervis.
Yes, it's not what you get. That's another what some of the verses around here. It's not what you get, but it's what you choose to do with what you get.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can recall this mother in my community where this son, one of them was giving a chicken, you see? And the mother sell the eggs from that chicken until she could buy him a kid, you know. And you know, she raised goat, and you know, the fleet of goat go up. And they sell goat till, you know, when buy cow. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a fairy tale, it's a true thing. From a chicken to some goat to cow. Yeah? It's not what you get. It's what you choose to do with what you get. Whether you be a politician or a pastor or a mother, father, or whoever. But it's not what you get, it's what you do with what you get. Now, down to the Constitution. Right in this good old power station here, Grandma Gleaner daughter. We were Grandma Gleaner, you know. Grandma Gleaner daughter, Miss John William goes on. When I said that, God said to me one day that the nation is independent and people. I think I said to us there too, with what's his name again? So the early program there with our
Sanjay Lewis.
No man. Of him here we support my we economic
And it's not Althea?
No man. We economic man the man. So one name just support my mind.
Ralston Hyman.
Yeah, how me get Ralston. Yes, it was Ralston and I say at the program the morning and I tell them say guys the nation are independent, so independent from people. You know? I remember Ralston said to me, well, you get it over the paper. But a long time the Almighty has shown me that the nation are independent, you know. The nation celebrating what it now have. Because the matter of the in fact when we go to court 2003 for the first time I hear in Her Majesty's court. And that's me temper start boil, you know what I mean?
So what we'll have to do then, we'll have to rub this out, erase all of what has gone ahead, and start all over again. What are we going to do though? Is it that we're going to just erase all that has gone on before us?
No, you can't.
And then
what happened? Is that we were given something and refuse to behave like we have it. That's what God was saying to me. We were given independence, right? What we're going around all these people corner about? We were given independence. Question: who was the first Governor General of Jamaica?
Sir Clifford Campbell.
No.
No, you mean not the
Did they have an interim one?
And yeah.
Kenneth Blackburn?
Sir Kenneth Blackburn, yes.
Right, because that was one of the name of the houses in my school.
Yes.
That the Almighty said to me, you know, this morning or yesterday. So why don't you just allow the DD there to be an interim Governor General for the time being? But that time, it's that time we stop pay for run a DD house to the UK. And enough time, Mr. For your program, we need to find out how much money we pay for the DD house from 62 coming up and demand it back from Britain. Because if it's Her Majesty, whatever, signing everything same way. And we ask so much lawyers at the House and representatives coming up the road, and I know, and them sit down in there and couldn't see that.
Till Her Majesty is no longer there either, is she?
No, but God have had here long enough to find the document where she did sign, give you, and if it's not right, good to write it over. Her Majesty in court, and I know my dollar
King,
pay for the courthouse.
it's now King's Council.
King's Council. I want message to Mr. Golden, opposition leader. Is that sign that thing and allow this rubbish to come out of the place or pay for the GG house? But over there, so right now it's time we stop here. It's better we have an interim GG, you understand? Why we start out something, huh? I can say that what kind of GG then tell me, you know?
What kind of GG?
Yeah, what I'm calling the Republic or what? The governmental structure, what am I thinking about?
Republican.
Republican what German? The one this word just can't come to me. But it's better you keep an interim type of person there in the meantime and take off this thing off of this UK business. That's what the Almighty has said. A foolishness. You get up every year with this big celebration of independence. And Queen has signed the document them all these years. And all them big tapanarish lawyers sit down in the House of Representatives and about the place, and none of them can sit at this constitution. You know me have a constitution every year now. And they come in like me can't make no sense out of it. Too much wordy and confusion. It wasn't written for the people, it was written for the lawyers. Huh? And the lawyer them it right for you know. The ordinary Jamaican supposed to be able to read this constitution easily and understand it. And that's not the case. We have 1 years now. Some people never see that constitution, you know that? Eh? What if a Jamaican never see the constitution, what it look like, you know? Even though them have as jurors, we're going to quote among the learned judge and the learned lawyers. Them and them learned. Them people who them carry quote as jurors, some of them must never ever see the constitution. Bible says my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Yeah? We go to school and nobody ever bring that constitution to us. No? No, none of the constitution was not taught, was not referred to.
The overarching umbrella would be under civics.
Yeah, but I remember not the something that Gleaner used to have a nice little book named Gleaner Geography or something of Jamaica. We have it all everything right there, you know. Who became governor, when and who this, that. You know what I mean? Yes, Gleaner had a book like that, you know. What we used to do in remember first year or second year. But first Jamaica local. But you better know all who did a governor when. I have to know how much the name of
the heroes.
The MPs, and all them kind of something about Jamaica. Gleaner Geography or something like that of Jamaica. And I remember this little red and white civic book that was in the school system, you know. Yeah, civics was there. And I cannot forget the Hill of Progress thing in one of those civics books. Where you have one set of people down the bottom on this hill. Hill of Progress. And some sit down in something like one cat looking something, you know. And them sit down up on the hill, you know, and miss a positive up at top. I try to draw the nation up, you know. But because the lazy one, them sit down in the middle and do nothing. You can imagine them facilitate the negative one, them down the bottom and try to draw it down.
That's because, as we say in Jamaica, one hand can't clap.
You see?
So,
we don't know some of the things when we learn from way down. The next impression we get to know Dervan, you know, some of us go to college and go to university. And did you know that we learn, get the knowledge just to pass the exam? Eh?
Yeah, well,
when some people leave the institution, it's like them not tend to pay attention to a lot of things that they did learn. You find out that some of them say they just need to pass the exam.
That is true.
Them not use it. Because some people say, oh, you remember them something that from way down a 14-year-old when you do first Jamaica local. All them issue and tell me, oh, the next thing God tell me must stop. They talk about black people and white people. And talk about European and African. You know what I mean? That's the black people and white people story. And talk about Africans, right? And Europeans. Me know all this about the European or the white man come west and why they end up around here, them a try to go India and Turks lock down Constantinople and them couldn't cross by land anymore and then did a search by sea. To get around to India and China with the spice and whatnot there, you know. Me know all of them history there, you know. So they can't chat no rubbish in my ears old. That's why Columbus sent a post and call it West Indies. I think it was west of India. You see it? So them come cross here and capture this place from the Indian and then they want to treat everybody like them as subordinate too and them first world this. And give me the document figure the Prime Minister for 93 and I tell him to get rid of this ghetto thing, mentality and this third world business can create one world. You have developing countries and this third world something and one of the bright ladies will go abroad, go study, you know, she must work at the NG, that's some wine here, I mean, remember what? They have one profile. So when to the university, some place, some talk about them don't talk to third world people. And all them rudeness there. But I just wish to find some leaders in this country, you see? This country is packed with people with knowledge, you know, Dervan. You know that?
Yes.
Well, if a good sense and knowledge, but who listen to you if you have a foreign accent? Who listen? If you don't have a foreign accent, a long time, Mr. Carter said, when we notice that some of these politicians, they don't collect taxes, you know, Dervan. Them milk and stock to set up people in PAY over the years, you know. That's what them do. Neither one of them. Always in the salary and negotiate and something them at JTA. And all them do is suck you one of the time of 40% tax them collect from people. Whole heap of people out there earning a lot more than what some of us who go to university and who are earning and not paying no tax. I mean, hear Mr. Carter talk about that thing time and time again. I remember Seaga coming into power and putting on something in the back tax act. 40% of the people that collect tax from, they will not collect the tax. And another PNP government got 150% for the land tax one time. This woman was so, the senior citizen was so distraught that tax jumped from $20,000 to $50,000. What if people out there not pay $20? From way down the road coming up. This country just needs some leaders, you know, Dervan.
Yes.
I find out the 70s guy that said to me that the nation don't need money, it need leadership and management. And him say, leadership, you lead the people, management, you manage the resources to the people's benefit. Where down there tell me that? You see it? So me not really understand how the education system not supposed to say so. Why did you get up and put this stupid shift system in place and let them go have a day out the road? And then you're going on as if you don't know what caused it. And the little baby them going to school all in the big hot sun in the afternoon when me as a teacher know a foolishness. And them did how long now make no school I use the same building 2 times. You see, you might tell me one day if you can't diagnose a case properly, you can't find the right remedy in the Dervan.
Mm-hmm.
In order to find the right remedy, you must diagnose the case properly. And that is not what our political leaders have been able to do. And your program 2010, stop peddle the Jamaican dollar, buy and sell the dollar. Maybe we need the diaspora on this. Because them slave labor out there now. Go to the wherever, send some money out here, pay to send the money. Them give you Jamaican dollar, what them do with the dollar, then what the people them give them. Have it a sell, buy and sell it. That's all. And that is what is causing the cost of living and the whole matter of us not being able to produce as we should. Cannot compete with other countries with them strong dollar. Huh? Them could have changed it until them deal with that dollar value there, but this thing not going away, you know. And the dollar value, when you touch agriculture, everything, the fertilizer, the you know what I mean? How you compete?
Hold a moment, please.
106 FM. The time is now
3:45. Unlock your full potential. Embark on a journey to medical excellence with the Caribbean School of Medical Sciences, Jamaica. Our unique pre-med and Doctor of Medicine programs are designed to nurture your ambition to become a healthcare professional. Benefit from a diverse teaching staff committed to providing personalized education in small class settings. Visit 77 Shortwood Road, Kingston 8. Call 876-929-6422. Visit www.csmsj.edu.jm. Caribbean School of Medical Sciences, Jamaica, where knowledge meets competence and humanity. Close your eyes, walk away from here.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5, and the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Yes, Miss Mervis.
So I finish up. You see the school system, Dervan? A long time it's here, but you know. You know, come here, what will be there? One of the school might have what they have to close because boys are fighting over who we name brand close. What is secondary school? Years down the road, you know. This rubbish, I want to lot of rubbish going on in the system long time. These are trying to deal with it, but they were killing each other. You know what I mean? And this murder thing make it worse. But what if a foolishness some of them go on with, man? Them Carl Ganja and the school themselves. But the JTA need, I don't know what happened to the district association. Because that is a place where we used to meet every month. And that is how we share ideas and share what was happening. Both secondary and primary school together. You know what I mean? And then the principals were there, and then we were able to share with one another what is going on, and then we were able to deal with certain things certain ways. But I don't know if them still have something named district association. Because when we realized that the sports now what used to go on between the district association, it coming like that kind of sport is going on between somebody else on the outside doing this primary school sport. But that was another highlight of this JTA thing and this school thing, you know. When we meet together and have sports together. So I am not in there now, but it's coming to me like some of the things we used to do down the road that enhance the system is missing. They're missing. You know? I don't know, but something, and for the school to do well, the school to unite them effort, they need those district associations to be strong. Yeah? And they need to be able to share ideas and all them kind of things that we used to invite in all, like somebody reading specialist, you know what I mean? Come in at the meeting and give us some tips and ideas about them type of things. The district association is very valuable. But I don't know, it looks like to me like those things are falling apart and all that. But if God tell me long time, if you can't fix agriculture, you can't fix education, this nation do. Yeah? If you cannot fix the food where people eat, and educate the people and what needed, I mean, skill training everybody. I years me say so. Yes? I years me tell them they got to build the nation from inside. I don't know if you remember them. Build the nation from inside. And when things happening, it will better able to endure external shock. Or can you build it to that dollar that has no value? Eh? You boasting and your dollar not no value? When you look on the pound, where the pound is where it come off of, the dollar not have no value. You go out there with $5,000, Mr. Dervan. You go out there with $5,000 and see what you get for especially in the agro market, you know. No, so the thing, but then the supermarket want them now. Them decrease the content of the when of the bag and whatever, you know, Dervan. So the price gone up and the quantity gone down. Then you have a supermarket out there where me think that then really need to check, you know. Them now put the price them at the place. And the other day, me hear one lady who used to work with the high law complaining that the price that them put in at the supermarket is not the one them that she see on our bill. Yeah? The poor consumer a long time, I tell them if you can have a minister of sports. Me don't see why you can't have a minister of the consumer. Because that's one more important, because the sporting body can't get together like how you have the electoral commission, you know what I mean? I have a sporting commission and run sports. Is it much that a minister do to sports? Now the various group of sports people, the netball and the football and the cricket.
So what would you like to see happen? What would you like to see happen, having said what you have said?
And look, what things we say now. We need some leaders. We need to pray wisdom to get some leaders. These leaders, them out of touch with things. Them doing some things or saying some things, but no, they're not connect, Dervan. We need some people here. In truth and in fact, one of the messages out there in the Observer in 1997, so you cannot develop a nation and lead the people behind and just call them fools. You're going to the Observer 30th of October 1997. It is the letter of the day to politicians who want Jamaican people have got heritage. Is that me put that up there? But you read that document, you have to all of God tell them, say, the nation and the people have what it takes to change the nation and to build up them nation. But the leaders are the people will cause the problem because they're out of touch with what is really going on down here. So them two election orientated and win election and whatever. So what it is when they go on the platform was not feasible. No go so. And they must learn to order. One of the things on the document when we give Mr. Party says order the nation priority. That is what they don't know. Order the priorities. They're not doing that. So I don't know me watch to see what the Almighty are going to do, you know. And me can't go without acknowledging the death of Miss Betty and Blaine.
Oh, yes.
I met that lady before she went on radio, you know. Oh, me meet her, the Almighty give me one message to give Lucius Thomas, the commissioner of police, and he tell me, find Betty and Blaine, I didn't know this lady. I give her the letter to give the commissioner. And I saw me find her one thing near the fish place, Bank Constant Spring Road there. She tell me to meet her, and we had a long chat about these programs I had here before she went on radio.
Was that Mary Brown's Corner?
Somewhere there.
Mm.
Long chat we had, and she called her friend of her named Selta to come listen to what I was saying. Talking to her about this program God give me for the youth and all them things there. Yes? Mm-hmm. She wasn't dealing with anything like that, and she wasn't on radio. Neither. If somebody tell me she was on radio and I call her and I said I can't find her, she said she's on AM radio. That was the AM that RJR was on. Mm-hmm. And so she told me to call her because the people in my call her and I talk to your foolishness. So we started to call the program and share some of these things. That are the stuff we have. So that a man that needs something come up when you remember this Grantsman Avenue pilot project?
Yes.
That is where this Ananda did something come up, you know. I think she was very active in that thing. Yes. So we had a long talk about this program around here when I met her. She wasn't on any radio and all them things there when we met. And she carried a letter to Lucius Thomas, but he didn't answer it. Didn't respond. See it? If we got this, that's why I meet her up, I don't know. But if no solutions, never going to respond to no. So my dear, I hear the passion coming from Portmore and other callers and Mr. Carter and all them people there. But we need to pray to God for some leadership. The devil is at work. There's a demonic force, a spirit of defiance in this nation. Now come on, you know. With the fire, everything named law and order. Eh? You hear me want them to take them carnival slackness off of the road, it's only entertain Satan. Eh? Put back the devotion in the school. You see the people who are going to go conduct the devotion, they must know it's not convention them having in there. You can have a good 20 minutes after devotion, you know, Dervan. With a very strong message, you understand? One young boy tell me, miss, you see that lady that she come to school, can do devotion and she pray along to the people and start up. Eh? We must do things with what? Wisdom, that's all. And on Friday morning we used to have the choruses and something and enjoy. We still singing choruses and so on. But in the week, a good 20 minutes or so is enough. They need to bring back God in the place. You can redundant God and let in the devil and then you start want the church. The church can't do nothing, you know. We church people must tell the people that we can only do what we get from the kingdom of there. We not no powerful man, it's no devil and no demon. And the place full of demonic condition, you know, we deal with them around here. Some of them people say girl like them mad, them demon possessed. They watch all of them demon something and sitting and some of the exercise book will come in and Dervan, you look for them and some videos looking something. We exercise book used to have, you know, about our national emblem and all them things there. You know the Dr. Bird and you know what I mean? But because somebody say no exercise book is something they come to me, say look for the CD or something for the cover of the book. Come from foreign. And we're going to go down the road, you know, we're going to mark off all of them sitting where we don't want, you know. And we're going to start reproduce them, you know. But we need the dollar to be revalued because we're going to buy material and stuff. And we're going to tell them politicians that, you know what the opposition leader Dervan? Eh? And the 60% of the people never vote, you know. Eh? Hello?
We're listening.
60% of the people are we. The people who don't vote are now can't do what we vote for. And them, we are the opposition leader right now. Because none of them, the government, none of the opposition, the vote for them get now say nothing to the rest of we out here. So we can unite and get up and tell them exactly what we want in a free country, being the best piece of God land in the world. And stop this nonsense and the academia. You need to get up. Get up. Them get education. And them little island of them are compare my nation to me back. Barbados is 166 square mile. And Trinidad must be the biggest other one. And the rest of them are only 15 islands. How can you compare them with 4,411 hill and gully place when you make one road take so much money? It's unfair to compare us with those little teeny island down the east there. Not right. It takes a lot to do what we are doing out here. So Jamaican people, that's why we want 1 year of national repentance, reconciliation and commitment. November to October the following year, take it or leave it, not change till we take that. And every jack sword from Niggle Point to Man Point and beyond, begin this thing. And you know, got put up on something else on the beam and they run down over there. So, and the gunman, them gone let them gun too over there. So, we sit down here and make the gunman, them outstrip we. Because when you put one pilot program, so, them behave nice, you know, them go fill in the gun and then two other people in other places that don't commit whatever, them are commit somewhere else, you know, Dervan. Eh? That's a go on power to go on, you know. Anyway, I say all of this because I tell God, say, me tired. Me tired to sit down around here, paying out every dollar when me have for me insurance policy, me omni policy, me every God almighty thing empty out run up on the stage of the past 30 years. Eh? You sit down and watch it go on, so. Eh? Father send me out there now, me I beg him do. Me can't take no more to pick them. I kill one another and this type of something will go on. And they keep killing a family member, kill one another. You turn around the show, man. People forget to understand the one demonic force in a way you need to pay attention to. Well, I thank you, know.
Thank you.
For the time.
You're
and
welcome.
Not me alone, thank you. Anytime a person facilitates what God has to say, I tell you the truth. You're blessed. And anybody, so people cut me off for them program, you know, Dervan. But anything you do to me, God straight up back to kingdom. And sometimes you get punishment that you don't even know you get it.
Well,
You cut me off, you cut off the King of Kings and the kingdom of the earth, so the national anthem sing. Have a good rest of the day, my dear. Bless up to all of them strong people who call this program and you can hear the passion in them voice to them. Really knows that change is possible.
Thank you very much, Miss Mervis.
Bless up. And
Take
bless
care.
up to all.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock. Find yourself in the gutter
To the break already?
in our lonely part of town. Within weeks of darkness forever to cut some string down. Sleeping with an empty bottle is a sad and empty heart man. We need to the job, give it respect, so you can get out while you can. We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Neighborhood piece of shining. It's time that I'm around. Young faces hide in the shadows while they watch their mother for the fight. He says she's been unfaithful. She says her love for him is gone.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we thank those who have joined us since the last time we checked. Paul Miles of the eponymous Paul Miles Foundation. Good afternoon to you. Velta Wilson, you too. Valerie Weller Peck, hello. Well said, says Paul Miles. Missed opportunities on historical heritage tourism, such a very lucrative form of tourism, a major part of so many European countries' economies. SMH, shake my head. Nicola says, good afternoon, Dervan. Welcome back. Thank you. And she says there are some roads in central Jamaica that mirror those to which we alluded earlier. She says it's a sign that the elected representatives are not doing their jobs. Also messaging us this afternoon, let's see, Miss B says, greetings, Mr. Dervan Malcolm. Greetings, Miss B. And Stephen Barnes says, bless up, Mr. Malcolm. To you too, Stephen Barnes. Patrick Howell says, Sir Malcolm, good day. To you too, Patrick Howell. Sorry to hear about your experience with bad roads. Can you imagine the people who depend on the Troy Bridge? I asked several times for you to do a broadcast in the area. Go soon. And Wayne Thompson says, greetings, Dervan. To you too, Wayne Thompson. Yep, some of our roads need attention, he says. Thank you very much for your indulgence as we continue with more on both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Let's clear up some more of these messages. Rudolph in Stony Hill says, Mr. Malcolm, pleasant afternoon to you. With these frequent motor vehicle crashes, some people want to blame those crashes that claim lives on the condition of the roads. The road can never cause any carnage on the roads. It's the lawlessness, unruly, and indisciplined behavior. They are not obeying the road code. If the road bad, take time. If good, drive at reasonable speeds. And to be honest, is when the road's pretty and nice, you tend to have serious crashes because they are going real fast and lose control. And those who can't put away their phones when they're driving, overtaking and undertaking, and all when the light on the road, them going through. So it's not the roads or the vehicles that are bad. All when rain and the road flood, they must speed through it. Says, who was this I said? This was Rudolph from Stony Hill. Thank you very much, Rudolph from Stony Hill, for your message. And let's see, Cuban in Georgia says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm. Good afternoon. It's the people's time to send a clear and decisive message, because leaving up the Constitution in the hands of the government to do the right thing is dead. The ball is in the court of the people, because at every occasion to free the people from slavery, the JLP has been the only one to stop the process by not wanting to leave the monarchy and the Privy Council. Bustamante did it. Mr. Siaga do it. And now we see modern day JLP administration doing the same thing again. So let the people decide the future of Jamaica, not the JLP. And Cuban in Georgia goes on to say, Sir Malcolm, one JLP member said Jamaican people only want rum and jump. How can you categorize Jamaican people in this way? These people cannot be trusted to meddle with the Constitution, says Cuban in Georgia. Neville, otherwise known as Salah, says, Dervan, the bottled water is safer for drinking than the pipe water. Water doesn't have color, and many times the tap water is colored and tastes very insipid. I don't take chances drinking tap water anymore. To answer to what Neville has said about taxes, if it were not for the GCT, he would have to be paying direct taxes on everything. If they were to remove GCT, he would end up paying more taxes on food items, on water and electricity. All of these would be direct taxes on gasoline that you purchase. The prices for gasoline could be $1,200 per gallon. When Nigel Clark said there are no new taxes, for many years he does not have to impose new taxes on us. He's collecting enough from the GCT. He can't come with any direct taxes to the people. Okay? Salah from Kingston. Okay, Salah from Kingston. Thank you for your message. And we're getting a WhatsApp message from the team on duty. Let's see what's this message. It's a press release. Charles Jr. confirms no Jamaican farm workers killed in U.S. crash. Minister of Labor and Social Security, the Honorable Pernell Charles Jr., this afternoon confirmed that no Jamaican farm worker on the Government of Jamaica's Overseas Employment Program was involved in this morning's bus crash, where 8 farm workers died in Florida. Minister Charles further said, we extend our condolences to the family and friends of the farm workers whose lives were lost in this unfortunate accident. Under the Ministry of Labor and Social Security's Overseas Employment Program, dubbed the Farm Work Program, Jamaican farm workers are admitted to the United States under the H-2A program to perform agricultural work on a seasonal basis. The United States Agricultural Program has been in existence for some 80 years. So that release came through earlier on. We're just getting around to reading it. And let's just check to see who else. As usual, Mac, otherwise known as Bunty, or it's Bunty, saying, good evening, Mr. Malcolm, please. Okay. God is not at the control. The devil have a great day, he says. And let's see, Horace, otherwise known as Spider, says, Mr. Malcolm, good afternoon. I don't know the good is holding on. I don't know why the good is holding on to the Privy Council. It's like someone gives birth to a child, and all when that child reaches 62 years old, you don't want that child to cross the road on his or her own. In some cases, like that, it is more the parent who, well, I'm not going to use this term here. The Transport Authority was out this morning on Maxfield Avenue. They were stopping mostly pickups with white plates. They stopped a plumber the other day on the Washington Boulevard. All he had was 1 2-inch pipe. They want to take away the man's panel van. Said he needs green plate. They also drive with their card machine. This poor plumber had to find 20-odd thousand, or else they were going to put it on a wrecker. This is so sad. Sorry if I sound like a scratch record. We really are going to have to get the Island Traffic Authority involved in a discussion or two on air to see if we can get an understanding of the green plate, white plate controversy. We really have to try and see how we can arrange that. And let's go to the phone lines, 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Hello?
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Mr. Dervan, greetings. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I just want to make a quick comment about Portmore was referring to Don Quixote and Sandra Panza a few minutes ago.
Yes, he was.
In his frustration.
Mm-hmm.
And I see the similar thing coming out in Miss Mervis and Mr. Carter and even Metro. Because in fact, Sandra have gone way down Dervan.
Mm-hmm.
I am glad. I want to congratulate you for actually giving these people time to hear their views, because what they are saying really true. And it's like nobody's willing to bail the cat, And in the days of John the Baptist, it was only John the Baptist alone was there bawling out.
Mm-hmm.
But at least we are fortunate. But when I listen to this program, there are so many people hearing the same thing. Professor Shuttleworth, Miss Mervis, Metro, and you, Dervan, you have tried in your wearing your elocutionist hat, but some little things are slipping through the cracks, which maybe you have given up on them. The education standard, you are trying your best and trying hard to elevate it, but you have to start from the basics. The speech. Spend a little bit more time in your elocution shoes. Then you, words, soft words. Little words like funeral. Everybody in the big education minister here is funeral, man. And you make it pass. Anyway, some little words that we should be. Anyway, thank you for being so kind and giving them time. But it's time the nation listen. Time the nation listen.
Yes.
Blessings and peace, everyone.
Blessings and peace to you too. Thanks for the call.
Greetings.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now.
It's 16 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica.
Power 106 FM, the digital sound, and now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you could download on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can tune in on your mobile phones by dialing 631-359-8281 if you're in the US. And if you're in the UK, you can dial 0330-606-0953. Plus, listen to us on OneSpotMedia.com and the OneSpot Media app, or log on to GoGo in so many ways, on air and online.
Sad and empty hearted man. When he leads to the job, and give it respect, to get out while he can. We always need to hear both sides of the story.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Let's go to the phone line, the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling Both Sides of the Story.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to listen to yourself.
I said good afternoon, Honorable Public.
Yeah, but there's a bit of feedback. There's a feedback on your end.
All right, it's clear now.
No, it's not.
You hear me now?
Hearing you now, yes. But there's that sound. There's that feedback at the end of the sound.
Yeah, some cricket. Anyway, now you want to have a reason for nothing differently, but save that the second, right? So we want to say to the black population here in Jamaica, we give thanks for the black consciousness that is in us and with us today, you know. Because the other day, we see the media break a news to I the country, say an authorized plane landed 200 Indian. So the media never say them unauthorized, you know, and them authorized like way the Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister say, and the Security Minister, you would never uproar, you know, seeing? If it was authorized, but through the media break the news, say it unauthorized, you know, coming to the country, and that causes uproar, you know. So we give thanks to the black consciousness, because the people, Marcus Garvey said we're not dead, we are only sleeping, you know. The black man and the black woman is not dead, we are only sleeping, so we wake up here now, you know, see it? In our Africanness, our black consciousness, you know, because we see what reach us all over the world, not only here in Jamaica, you know, but all over the world, you know. You can see, say, it's the next nation, them interests come first in this country, not the black population, you know. The Chinese and the white and the Indians who see come down our day and say they must celebrate them arrival in Jamaica as indentured servants. You know, for them people, their interests come first. You know, the government of Jamaica ensure that those people, these nation interests come first. Not ours as black people, you know. So we give thanks to the black consciousness. I feel proud outdie them, you know, ourselves at this time. You know, say we are what we are going in this judgment here. So the Jamaica government, remember, we play, we sitting on a time boom. Because the people here I work now,
our black eyes is open right now, because we share on angle with blood brothers and sisters from Haiti, comparing to where the news break, say, unauthorized plane with the Indian land, so that causes uproar, So we there watch, yet seeing so I watch our keep, So I know the freedom fighters here in this country, I watch our keep in our Wagwan and the island, So we give thanks to our black self, And now you go reason different type of thing, yeah. No, say me one little thing, I don't know if you see it. Say 12 Republican senators in America and the next party say them threaten the United Nations. Say them go sanction the United Nations because the United Nations want to put out a warrant, a arrest warrant for the leader of Israel. And America, I don't know if you see it, America tell them, say, don't do that, them go sanction them. And them keep no meeting, them go invade the meeting. What a wicked America this. And the United Nations, him attack you, say him go sanction. How these people? You read about it?
No, I'm sorry, I haven't reached that one yet.
All right, I want you to look it up. Anyone of us who listen to the program, radio audience, look it. 12 Republican senators and the next party in America say they must sanction the United Nations if them send out an arrest warrant for the leader of Israel. With all the atrocity where Israel are going within the world. And this American say, after I must send so much arms good on Israel, he must say the United Nations send out a warrant to arrest them, must sanction them. So at this at the United Nations, it's just a little puppet. United Nations back, Army, Belize and Jamaica carry come armed force, where we see them send in front of Haiti, See America turn pan him judgment there. He no stand for nothing. Can't talk to America. The United Nations can't talk to America. Because them sponsor him, America and England and the whole of them sponsor him in colleagues them. So them now United Nations have no talk in this judgment, yeah. But America use him as puppet to send in troops in Haiti, in a proud black independent country. You see it? And right now, America militarized down Haiti. Currently right now, them down there, much in warplane. Them send, me I see, them send down there on YouTube, So it's just another invasion like what they go on in a Grenada, American-led invasion and carry Jamaica government with them, see it? So I see them thing them are going, because them know so them have some puppet government in the West, CARICOM government, When I mean us no good, These are the slave masters, Bucky masters, Britain and America, Bucky masters, them have a rule over them West, over the West, them former colonial territory. So we must wake up and see what go on as a people and make we stand in the strength of black supremacy and its love, black consciousness, black empowerment of ourselves. Man, so we must live high, the red, black and green, and the red, gold and green for the future, With the black 5-point star represent us as a people, and the R symbol represent righteousness, earth rightful leader, and the lion symbol represent the throne of Ethiopia, So a man said this must do, and drop Jamaica flag, where Bustamante cars from Scotland, come with the color different, See a old pirate X flag, see? And defy these royal banners that represent us in the world, the red, black, and green, and the red, gold, and green floating over us, and with our emperor to shield us from wrong. Mosai, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. I will give thanks to Africa, Ethiopia. Man shall cautiously open our doors to receive our black sons and daughters, black subjects from out of the Western world here. Oh, Mosai, so we pray for this moment, which is now, when thou must build our faith to return home to our origin, place of origin, our birthright, our vine and fig tree, must return home to Africa, That is the only way our life can be better as a black nation wealth, kingdom of people, not commonwealth. So Jamaica government we are talking about, they no want to get rid of privy council and cut tie with Britain and want go Republican. Who are these people in this judgment we are talking about that? No Charles people then? We serve at the Governor General pleasure. But they want to go Republican. We the people they tell them nothing like that. They want to go Republican. Freedom, redemption, international repatriation. We want Republican originate, founded in a Rome. When I run from one slave master to an next slave master. When you say we cut tie with Britain, and when you want to come off of the Commonwealth Black, when you still have the Commonwealth Black, when you say we puppet, I'm member of organization of American state. The same thing where Britain do it, and France, and the same thing America do it. So we don't want to cut tie with this nation. If you cut tie with America too, like we are doing in Africa, so we don't want them in there. France and America, England and the whole of them, we are get them out of the continent. So I know here in Jamaica must do the same thing. We couldn't take up arms against them, but a black liberation,
It's been a long wait though. It's been a long wait. I thought by now we would have all been reestablished in the motherland. What happened?
Say Wagwan, actually these two political parties have PMP and Labour, right? You can't see yourself and them carry under the system of government and you not talk about you want run from you want to go Charles, see it? And privy council. Who carry this out? It's never done by us, the black population. As some little white guys, after you hear the politician, them talk about them founding father, Bustamante and Manley, we don't look like the population of us. So them have a jacket pupa. So they must find back them true father and mother, which is Africa, Mama Africa, and Papa Africa. And Papa Africa that we need to find to return to. Our true father, our biological father and mother,
So you weren't serious then? You weren't serious? You were not serious? Because I hear you laughing it off now, so I was just wondering if you had given up the...
That sitteth in the heaven shall laugh, the Lord God, the Rastafari shall have them in the region. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them. But you know, see, so we are talking about. Must have to laugh after the wicked in this judgment here. America and England. So the man say America shall get that stab in our back and shall never recover. Alas.
All right, wait. Watch the violence, please. That's violent in speech.
Oh, remember it is written in certain scripture, kind them he think he have eternal life. The man say himself ruin the head over many countries and fill the nation or the country with dead bodies.
All right, that's enough morbidity, because you're not getting the point we're making. There are children listening as well, and we're not promoting what you're putting across about what to do in terms of injuring someone from behind and that kind of thing. Children are listening. All right, so leave that for an adult audience, please. And that's not where we want to go right now, not at this stage. But thank you for the call anyway. Okay?
Yeah, but that's how we educate my children,
All right. Everybody does it differently, but I said, yeah. All right, thanks.
See a patient listening,
yes,
and wrap of attention, and knowing that the only development for us as a people, because when His Majesty come here and see 1966 himself, see the progress of us as a people to march forward to a greater progress, that black redemption power when come down and come see amongst us as a black population,
Right. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30. Here is a financial literacy tip from your friends at Power 106 FM. Understand, it's in your power to have a positive relationship with money. A change in our financial situation starts with a change in how we think about money. Clearing out any negative feelings like insecurity or fear about money can help remove the blockages that may prevent improving your financial well being. Your relationship with money is not fixed, it's one that can evolve over your lifetime. Three important things about the psychology behind your relationship with money.
Good afternoon.
Money
One moment,
is
please.
about emotions, not just finance. Anxiety or avoidance of money issues may create a vicious cycle, and your upbringing may affect how you manage your money. With awareness, insight, and knowledge, you can start working to make empowered decisions about your money.
Little respect, get out while it can. We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. And the text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling Both Sides of the Story.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Well, I'm here relaxing. I have 2 points here. First one is, Sunday was Mother's Day, but I noticed that between Saturday and Sunday, there are a few are the area that heavily populated in Jamaica. I'm part of Miramar in Miami. And I noticed some of the corner fully decorated with goodies selling for mothers. But I noticed when Father Day come around, I don't want to see much, and I understand the trend of the same way in Jamaica. Is true?
There's no competition.
No, it's not a competition. Is that?
No, I'm saying you really expect to win that race? Come on, man. You know better than that.
All right. Okay, so
we need both sides to work in harmony and to live in harmony. Working together.
All right. Switch gear a little bit now. During the conversation with Russ Line a while ago, he mentioned something about an authorized plane load of Indian company. But I think I heard something on the news where they were escorted to an hotel. Is that true?
You know, that's one of the stories I'm still trying to get to the heart of. It's just to fit all the pieces together. And I'm still at it.
Okay, because I think I saw some clippings on the news where, if you were taken into custody, the government pays to stay until things finalize. My question, why they were showing them downtown making phone call and buying goodies? I don't get a picture.
I don't know. Maybe they were on a tour of the area. Maybe they had made arrangements to be transported down to that area. I don't know.
Yeah, but and I said to you before, some time ago, that before the news gets out there, the people who are in charge of that section, whether by the government or whatever, remember, once it's out there, it doesn't matter how much damage control they try to do. People are running with the first part of the news that say human trafficking. That's why they were taken to the hotel by the police. Is that true?
Well, you need evidence to demonstrate whether something is human trafficking or not.
So it's not, let's say, no, factual.
Well, I'm not aware of any further update beyond, as I said, what we're pieced together thus far and what we're looking
Okay,
to.
but in the analysis, they live in good faith and Jamaica don't get no bad publicity.
Well, you just said it.
I know sometimes, some misunderstanding can cause some great problems down the line.
That is true.
Yeah, so got to work on right there, not much. So you're saying, well, I don't want to go back over the story, but the mothers them have a better time in Mother's Day than the father them.
No, it's just one of those facts of life, literally and figuratively, insofar as the relationship between parent and child is concerned, whether it be mother and son, father and daughter, etc. But in the end, mom wins.
Okay, I hear you. Yeah, most children cling to the mother than the father. Even though you have some good father out here, but that's it sometimes.
Yeah.
So, okay, I don't have much today, but say go sometime. But thank you for giving me a listening ears,
No problem. You're not working today?
No, I'm not going to relax and watch some news.
Oh.
And then, based on what I see, I get a call tomorrow.
Okay. Look forward to that. All right. Thanks for the call.
Yeah.
What's the weather like? Oh, he's gone. Thank you very much for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we're taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. And let's see, we still have a few messages coming in. Hubert Fowlin, we see your message. Thank you very much. And you have a blessed day as well. Thank you. Cuban in Georgia sends us a follow-up. He says, where does this one start now? I think we read this one already. And this one from Cuban in Georgia says, Sir Malcolm, no, let's come down here. Because of America's stance on stop sending weapons to Israel, we're seeing a pushback from the right-wing Republicans. So, as Joe Biden says, no more weapons with taxpayers' money, and we support Biden. Okay. Cuban in Georgia, thank you for your message. 876-365-3346 is the text line. And the WhatsApp number, feel free to use it up. And in the meantime, we take your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. And the text line 876-365-3346. And as we said, no need to try to compete as daddy versus mommy. You start off and will finish in in a not so good position, because such is the biology and related matters. All right, let's hear what Rudolph is saying again here. Rudolph says, with the violence and crime going on in the schools. All right, we'll come back to that message. Let's go to the phone lines. 876 922 4112-5. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. How are you this afternoon, sir?
Good afternoon. I'm fine, thanks, Michael. And you?
Yeah, no, we're in the mountain, in the class. I used to have a student and everything was nice to me.
So what are the conditions like in the mountains right now?
Well, right now, the condition in the mountain, the transition we get early summer, because since we come here, the sun turn out, some breeze are blow, but anyway, we get some nice rainfall coming, from last week coming down. The place nice and pretty and cool, man.
That sounds good. So you should be relaxing now then.
Well, that's all I do is I do that the father will get a stop from me come get something eat and me hear you just stay in your class and I do something when you're by and I listen
Oh, that's kind of you to keep listening.
Big up the Rasta man and big up Portmore and big up everyone, man. Just like to hear the students in your class and listening, and like how you have patience listen to everyone, man.
Well, we try.
Yeah, man, I like more to check out, more to check about the coffee business to me, Mr. Malcolm, because whatever go on with the coffee business, you see that work, Mr. Malcolm.
So what is the very latest?
Well, right now, $10,000 back there. They have to pay for things to roughly in the last month, But that can't do nothing in the box, Mr. Malcolm, because sometimes if a man pick a one doctor coffee, he has to pay $4,000,
So what would be ideal for you? What would be in your favor?
So, Mr. Carter, living right now, you say 18,000 anyway, really could have a fine on, sir. Yeah, because 8 years ago, then we have it 14, 12, 14, and since then we don't get a raise and everything raised. But when we used to get it to 12, you could have get a bag of fertilizer for $4,000. Now, when you buy when you get $10,000, now it's hard to can buy a bag of fertilizer. And you see all of the important industry, the Blue Mountain coffee, and in the lowland coffee where I learn and start to them paying $3,000 back when I time to lowland coffee. That's the one who only killing out the coffee industry, man. So I like if you check on it, make some more, let them run some money, man. Because he like so when they end the crop.
Yeah, although do they in the final analysis, do they really have that kind of control as far as the price is concerned?
Yeah, man, everything's fierce, I remember when I time the Blue Mountain coffee turned down, and down when you call them South America, one of them countries, them coffee they burned down, and the only thing don't raise up since COVID come, before COVID is our Blue Mountain coffee, man. And around 70% or 60% of the coffee is dead out, just a few little diatic grassroots, man, a whole thing, man. They must do better, Mr. Malcolm.
Hold a moment, please. We need to take a break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45.
Join us weekdays from 6 to 8 p.m. for Power Play, our 106 FM's flagship program dedicated to the world of sports.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Power Play. My name is Cliff Williams.
Power Play with Cliff Williams, focusing on everything sports in Jamaica and around the world. Make sure to tune in to Power Play, providing invigorating sports analysis and discussion. Weekdays from 6 to 8 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Lonely part of town, wicked weeks in the darkness of the weapon to cut some stranger down. Sleeping with an empty bottle, he's a sad and an empty heart man. He needs his job, a little respect, so he can get out while he can. We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Neighborhood piece of shadow. It's something alive.
Thanks for holding. Michael, it seems like you're going to be having this problem for some time to come because
I really didn't say welcome. I don't know who kind of statement, when Mr. Dervan Grant, a young man, and just got to cover the agricultural society, we have come and shine like that, and in Parliament, now girls guiding on them time. Mr. Raja Clark just take over Minister of Agriculture and straighten up the thing, But since then now, since Mr. Lee chinned out near the strong factory, I don't know what happened. Mr. Grant now represent you like how he used to represent you like when my president of the JS, man. So when my president of the JS and he represent you, I would get good price for the coffee, but since 2015 come, Mr. Malcolm, we're not getting them pricey coffee, and majority of the coffee get out. Because even when Norman Grant and even some old man come from coffee, the amount of coffee them say them have a sale, that's not even 20% of the coffee when them travel to the Blue Mountain, where really Mr. Thiago and Percy Bradgick and Raja Clark and Norman Grant set up. Them should have 10 times where them have here now. Mr. Malcolm, I know you have more children going to hear, man. Have a good evening and thanks for having me, man.
all right, thanks for the call. Sorry to hear you're still having the issues that you've been having. All right, well, keep us posted. All right, thank you for the call. The circumstances notwithstanding, and let's see what we can find out. All the best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. Let's see who is on this 876-365-3346 number. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Dervan.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Dervan, I want to remind my Jamaican black and white folks, the extremists, is order of better one people is the high objective of humanity. They're good whites, they're good blacks. And so we're going to achieve that goal. Finally, it's not how black we are or how white we are. It's the high goal of humanity is regardless of, and it applies to black as much as it applies to white, Chinese, Indians. Same with family human. And then Dervan in Jamaica politics, where your people condemn Michael Man, no leader is perfect, none. Because God no make nobody perfect. But when people move and cabbage skin leaf and purpose bag as bed and tenement yards to 2-bedroom with flush toilet. So 80% illiterate to jam out and free education when it's only privilege. Prior to 1972, could go to high school, university worse. You understand? We must put things in perspective. Sometimes I wonder what they call growth.
And I would suggest you that you could put it in writing. You seem to have a story to tell. So you
when I was born in the 60s, and I used to go to people, old man, papi, them, living at them touch out. People living at them mud out, sleep on them crocus bag, pack with banana trash, cabbage skin leaf. But people with no stickney, they wear the graduate to head and tail, you graduate to crocus bag. 1-bedroom tenement, them are told with the public health, we don't know. We talk about toilet, pit latrine, and one standpipe, and so forth. We inspect place all during the 80s because I finished high school 79. Anything like that in rural and in the ghettos. One room was common in Jamaica. A Michael Mandy with NHT, John Kirk, Tiago the Big Tivoli. Most of them first was in scheme built by PMP. It was not just in PMP areas. Spend all them places, run over there. Steer down. Michael Mandy up the Jamaica road, I go through which part on the past usually. Some of them not even finished PF yet. I said poor people take it to school, get them seaman khaki. Them Garfield, Eddie's and Garden, Brown Dog, Garden, Date, and that Esquire. Chatty more and so. Because the poor people, they must stop it and put things in perspective. A lot of them benefit from Michael Mann, the program too. To me, Siaga wasn't a bad prime minister either. And didn't stop free education. Etc. And when Miss Murray said PMP, if somebody raised the tax 150%, the other side never cut it back to 150%, then keep it and probably add more. Can revenue run the country. And because I say I got keep the city with the clean and Michael Mandy to 92. And we must do it as Jamaican. There's how they fix the infrastructure, the rural roads, the ghetto roads. There's the difference between America, England, and Jamaica. Things well done, and people make money. People have to make money, and the work that done at the road watch up every 3 months. It's a matter then dirty full of hoodland. You ever blessed? Remember, humanity to go with my brother, Jalite. It's one human until the philosophy applied to everybody, Jalite.
Okay, thank you for the call. All the best. All right, take care. Oh, okay. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. And let's see. Cuban in Georgia says, having the Privy Council as our final court to me for decades has been justice delayed. Having the final court so far from the island has been a nightmare and denial of justice. That's why we have so much corruption and fraudulent behavior by our politicians, because that's where the loophole lies in the Jamaican Constitution, says Cuban in Georgia. Thank you for your comments. 876-922-4112-5, the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 365 3346. And just to get back to, who was it now? Was it Rudolph? When the violence and crime going on in the schools, people tend to believe is since COVID caused all of the killing of students. I rubbish those sayings. I rubbish those saying this. I rubbish those saying this has been going on for decades before COVID. Them just resumed what they left off. Remembrance as remembered as schools resumed face-to-face classes, young man murdered for his guard ring, they all would be here if they were still online. These children can't talk through whatever the problem is or go to teachers, principal, or guidance counselor. Them have to, they are bad, and them keep doing because them see others did it and get away. Nothing to deter them. In Singapore, you catch with drugs, them, well, and the penalty is what it is. Or people in Jamaica just going around with a gun and murdering people and caught with gun and no hanging. We need tough measures on these murderers and criminals, people dying more than flies. That's a message from Rudolph in Stony Hill. Thank you for sharing that message with us, Rudolph in Stony Hill. Horace says, good day. If I am a criminal and don't decide my criminal ways, I would want to keep the Privy Council because it's much easier to get away from the Privy Council if you are guilty. Yes, that is what I say. If you are guilty, I'm texting from experience. Thank you, Horace, for your message. Another one, Jamaica should keep the Privy Council. Can't trust these lawyers and judges. I just might not cast my vote for the PNP, says this person. Thank you very much for your comments and your messages here on both sides of the story. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Tuesday, the 14th of May, 2024. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
White man turns the corner, finds himself within a different world. Ghetto kid grabs his shoulder, throws him up against the wall. He says, would you respect me if I did?
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful,
Bye.
powerful, and credible. Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's News at 5.